Right, welcome back. So it's been Christmas now, so deliveries are back to normal and we've got the new LED strips. So let's open them up and compare them with what's on the TV to make sure that they're compatible. With them all laid out, we're going to connect the connectors to the new LEDs just to test these strips and make sure that they're working before we stick them down. We've just got to unplug these connectors and place them down here. We just squeeze these and lift up to disconnect. So squeeze and lift up. And again for down here, squeeze and then lift up. And then just place it down on the next, place it down on the next one. And now we can plug in the power to the wall socket and turn it on to test these new strips. So power is on, we've got the red LED standby, and I'm just going to press power on to test them. Awesome. So the new strips, you can see they're all a uniform colour. It does appear quite blue on the camera just because of how cool white they are. That's been commented a few times, but yeah, I can see in person it does look white and they're absolutely fine. So I'm going to turn off the TV now, and then we can remove the old LED strips and then replace it with the new ones by sticking them down firmly. So power off at the wall, disconnect it. Then I'm just going to hold the power button just to make sure any residual energy dissipates. In the meantime, we can get off the old LEDs. There's some white tabs here. Just go underneath them and pry them up and out. Always a good trick to make sure they're the same part numbers as well. I should have mentioned this earlier. So the old strips were V1749R1, and on here you can also see it says V1749R1. And whilst on time-lapse, I'm just removing the rest of the LED strips as well as the adhesive backing between the strips and the metal backing plate. So the old LED strips are removed and here are the new ones. I just want to show you some features of them. There's a little indent here which should align with this tab here. And then the whole strip sits in between these two nubs. And there are some dots in the middle along the way which align with these holes here. So I'm just going to put you back on the tripod and just notice this as we stick them down. So before I stick these down with some tape for a more permanent solution, I just want to plug it in and turn it on again just to make sure that it's all okay. Okay, so that's fine. So that means I can turn it off now and use some tape to make sure that the LEDs are held to the panel, because earlier I removed the sticky backing plate. Okay, so I've got some electrical tape now. I'm just going to peel some pieces off and stick the LED strips against the metal backing plate to hold it in position. This will hold it securely so that there won't be any chance of it falling down from the metal sheet. After sticking down the LED strips, next goes on the white backing sheet. Place this down and ensure the tabs align with the metal frame, and then go around each LED lens and press down gently on the white sheet and you'll hear a click for when the sheet falls in place behind the lens. Next up, grab the spacers and insert them into the 4 tabs. Place them down and give them a little twist and they will be fixed in position. Now we can grab the light diffusing panels and place them on top of the LED strips, the white sheet and the spacers, and then just make sure that these tabs fall in place with the metal frame again. We can throw on the plastic shroud around the metal frame now, and then soon we can put the LED screen back on the TV. And just another check once again before putting the final pieces down. So that's quite a nice uniform white on the screen. Next to go on is the screen. We've seen this many times. It's a delicate process, so take your time and lift it up very gently and then slide it over on top of the TV.
Once the screen is in place, we can remove the masking tape holding the screen's board to the screen itself. The boards can then be put back into its original position by reinserting them and replacing them into the rubber grommets held underneath the TV. We're now ready for the metal frame of the TV, so we're almost at the last final hurdle. So place this on top of the TV and then we will go round with the screws and secure it in place. The long metal screws are along the bottom edge and the smaller, shorter ones are on the sides and the top of the TV. Okay, so all the screws are now back in, so we just need to flip the TV over and then put the ribbon cables back to the screen. And then we will put the metal protectors protecting the screen boards in place. Now we're just going to reattach these ribbon cables for the image to the screen and then plug in the power cable and flip the TV over so that we can check that there's been no damage during the repair process and that the whole TV works. It'd be a shame to put it all back together to find out something's missing and not connected and have to take it all apart again.
So we're turned on at the wall. The TV is on. We've got the red LED. It's turning on. And it seems to work fine. We're back to a regular coloured screen. No damage to the LCD panel, and it all looks great. So we can close it all up now. So we'll turn it back off and we can get back to putting all the parts back on this TV and make it usable again.
The TV is laid on its front now, and this gives us access to reinstalling the metal brackets which sits at the bottom of the TV. Following on, the speakers for the TV are reinstalled and the cable plugged into the main board, and then the first plastic bracket sits at the bottom of the TV, which requires a long reach screwdriver. The second last step now is to replace the back metal cover. This just gets dropped onto the back and screws go all around the perimeter. I start off in the middle and then the corners and then the screws which sits in the middle of each edge, just so that the metal cover is screwed in uniformly. Once this is secure, the TV stand is fixed with 4 long screws and then the TV is now ready to go.
So the TV's all fixed now. I'm just going to turn on the power at the wall. And yeah, it's working all great. So press the home button, we've got all this. If you try a random YouTube video. Volume is all fine, screen is all fine. So this is a fully repaired video, fully repaired TV now.
Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to the channel for more of these repair videos in the future.